So, Matt,
Yeah, Jake.
they really shouldn't say that you should judge a song by its cover.
Way to fuck that up.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the joke. Sorry.
Well, listeners, this is the second time we recorded that intro. And we tried to mix it up by Jake telling the joke instead of myself. And
I just botched it
he
beyond
botched
all
it.
belief. I'm not entirely sure we're going to leave it in there because it's so embarrassing.
But anyway, we're doing another episode of Good Cover, Bad Cover.
That's right. So basically, we find covers, we rate them, we decide if they're good or bad.
Yep.
And we pick a couple each.
That's right. The rules are no standard type music, so no jazz, no blues, anything like that. And yeah, we're going to jump in with my first choice for a good cover.
Which is what?
And we're going to start with Strawberry Letter 23 by Shuggie Otis.
Nice.
And here we go.
Hello, my love, I heard a kiss from you. Red magic satin playing it too. All through the morning rain I gaze, the sun doesn't shine. Rainbows and waterfalls run through my mind. In the garden I see west purple shower bells and tea, orange birds and river cousins dressed in green. Pretty music I hear, so happy and loud. Blue flower echo from a cherry cloud. Feel sunshine sparkle pink and blue. Playground will laugh if you try to ask, is it cool? If you arrive and don't see me, I'm going to be with my baby. I am free, flying in her arms over the sea.
All right, so that was the original by Shuggie Otis from 1971. Just a pretty cool song.
Yep.
Production-wise, questionable.
Yeah, I really enjoy having glockenspiels annihilate my left ear only.
I noticed the piano player doesn't really know how to play. It seemed like.
I mean, whatever. You plop down some fucking whole notes, whatever. You know.
It's, I mean, there's like, here's some note.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
time somewhere. Maybe he didn't have the headphone mix, and he was
Yeah,
just sort of
he's
like,
just figuring out what the fuck he's supposed to play, yeah.
Anyway, so the cover we're going to do is from 1977 by the Brothers Johnson. And to me, what makes this a good cover is it took the ideas and sort of the intent of this original song and really pushed it in the correct direction that I feel like the original didn't quite take it.
Okay.
And I don't really mean that even like genre-wise or just because it's too early to even get to that point. I think there is something inherent in this song that the Brothers Johnson kind of found.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about it in a second, but like, it's a very syncopated melody.
Yeah.
And I guess like the backdrop of, somewhat, I don't want to say like orchestral backdrop, but like with lots of weird shit and not a lot of groove going on. Doesn't really accentuate the melody very well.
Yeah,
maybe.
and there's parts too that I think go the other way. But yeah, let's listen to it first before we really dive in.
Yeah.
So here it is, Strawberry Letter 23 by the Brothers Johnson.
Hello, my love, I heard a kiss from you. Red magic satin playing near too. All through the morning rain I gave, the sun doesn't shine. Rainbows and waterfalls run through my mind. In the garden I see west purple shower bells and tea, orange birds and river cousins dressed in green. Pretty music I hear, so happy and loud. Blue flowers echo from a it go? If you arrive and don't see me, I'm gonna be with my baby. I'm free, flying all over the sea.
Yeah, so I guess I would say, like we were saying before we started playing this version, that I think this kind of syncopated melody is accented better by this kind of version where, you know, there's a lot of funky guitar parts and like nice backbeat.
Yeah, and I mean, it'd be interesting to hear the original version of like just guitar, because I almost think it kind of is that. Like the guitar part in the original is more of like it's like an acoustic, so it's obviously strumming a lot, but to me, it maybe is more of like a R&B kind of thing, but then everything else on the original is a little more of that like early 70s folk rock kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it sounds cool, but I don't think it quite like clicks.
Yeah, it's not 100% cohesive.
Yeah. But on the other hand, I think some of the orchestration choices in the original influences this.
You can hear it all over the
makes
place,
it a
yeah.
really cool kind of weird funk song with like this Ben Glockenspiel part.
Yeah. That's mixed very hot. Also, by the way, can we talk about the difference in production quality real quick?
Yeah, 6 years will do that, I guess. But
yeah, it just sounds like a nice, beautiful stereo image. I'm like, oh God, I'm not listening to garbage right now.
And we didn't play this part, but in both versions, later in the song, there's sort of a guitar breakdown, and the original is sort of like this little, just kind of repeat, which in the Brothers Johnson version, they like harmonize, and it's all super like early, like or late 70s, just like, power guitar, cool shit.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they would have done without the original having it in there. So I think the original brings a lot to this cover, and that's why I'm saying they're not really like changing much about it besides everything at the same time.
Just besides, I guess, like the rhythm section.
Yeah,
everything else,
group,
all the ideas remain the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Although that bass line in the cover is so fucking fun.
Fat with the guitar doubling it with like a little wah pedal or whatever.
Yeah, the whole outro is just like it's so fucking cool.
That's tight,
but an example of both songs being good, but
different.
and learning from each other.
Oh my God.
I feel like sometimes we listen to these covers and they're just sort of like, that's a good song, but I'm just going to take the lyrics and the melody and kind of just
fuck you,
whatever, which can be cool too, but it seems more often than not it's not cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's all I really got to say about that one. Just a cool song. Let's listen to some bad covers.
Yeah, so why don't I start us off with some bad covers? So we were talking about songs that learn from the original and go in a, like, maybe take it in a new direction, but like still very much influenced by the lyrical content or the like the ideas in the orchestration or like little counterlines or whatever. And we're just gonna not do any of that.
Sweet.
And we're going to listen to Cyndi Lauper. Okay, so listeners at home may be familiar with like one of the most popular like protest songs ever, or I guess like civil rights songs ever, called What's Going On by Marvin Gaye.
Already we're in trouble.
Yes. But we're not in too much trouble yet, because covering Marvin Gaye is a thing that people do. It's better...
But not when...
I'm going to get it's better when not white people do that. Before we started, should we even play the original? What do you think?
Yeah, let's play a little.
All right,
we all know it, but just to get it in our heads, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Marvin, let's go.
Yeah.
Mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Yeah. Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see, oh, what's going on, what's going on, yeah, what's going on.
I will say, I always kind of felt like the song was not about white people.
What gave you that impression?
I just didn't I don't think of Cyndi Lauper when I hear this song for some reason.
Well, we're going to get into that in a second, but I kind of want to just talk about, I haven't listened to this song in a very long time.
Sure.
Probably because I have had to play it at least
Which to me is
times.
also kind of a weird thing that it's such a popular like cover band wedding song.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, it's a really fucking great song.
Yeah, it's badass.
Obviously.
There's a lot of cool stuff in there that I don't think I'd ever actually listened for before. A lot of cool little bass lines here and there, a funky bass player, and cool string lines that I'm now going to play when I play this
There you
song
go.
that
I
I
mean-
never learned because I just made them up because I never actually listened to the song for real.
But yeah, one of the best singers of all time, one of the best songs ever. It's like
it's tailor made for being awesome.
Yeah. Already just getting those two facts, you're on the dangerous territory of covering it.
Right, yeah, because it's really good already, too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you could do to improve it if you're trying to improve it. And if you take it in a vastly different direction, the song is already pretty cohesive with what it's trying to say.
Yes. So
And it's like backdrop and it's instrumentation and shit. So, Cyndi Lauper is going to cover what's going on. And it's going to be, the idea is that you're going to hear at the very beginning of the song, there's like a little gunshot thing. And thusly implies that it's about the Vietnam War. And the lyrics can be taken that way, I guess.
yeah, they're
General
brought
lyrics
it
about
up,
like, what the fuck,
yeah.
why is this bullshit? We got to find a way to change life forever for everyone, right? And
Do you happen to know what year the Cindy version is?
I think it was 84.
So well after the Vietnam War would be my
yeah, I'm actually just going to check on that because it's like, I don't really understand what she's trying to do.
All right, well, let's listen to it while we're trying to figure this out. But here we are.
Yeah, 86, my bad.
Oh, okay. What's going on? Cyndi Lauper. Well, let's just call it a day, dude.
Episode's over. This is music sucks and I want to die. You're in for a long day today if this is just the first one.
Let's take the political messages out for a second and just
Pure music.
Pure music. Whoa, bad.
Yes. Okay. Cyndi Lauper has an interesting voice. And it works really well in her originals a lot of the time.
Yes.
Like in songs like Girls Just Want to Have Fun, the cutesy kind of voice works really well for the message of the song.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Or even Time After Time and it's like True Colors.
More
like,
intimate songs, yeah.
fucking great. It sounded like someone like pretending to
Be Cyndi
It's
Lauper?
like a Cyndi Lauper impression almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it's just so extreme. Like,
And of course, it's a very serious song. Even in the context of this, cover, it's supposed to be about Vietnam. My spider sense indicates it's a little late. But, I don't really know.
do you not?
86, like 77, like, I don't know. Anyway.
Let's keep going earlier, actually.
I thought it ended like, I can't remember. Went on forever.
Oh, man.
But, like, why?
Wow.
Why would you make this and do this shitty beat behind it and like it's
I mean, they thought they were hot shit with that big synth pad intro,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
sounded like shit too.
yeah, of
I do
course.
like the fucking like huge like fucking gunshots like every bar or 4 bars, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, every few
in the
bars.
intro.
Yeah, with lots of spatial reverb. Yeah,
God damn it!
it's like
Ugh.
it's not. It has no degree of subtlety,
No.
whatsoever, and also now I'm gonna start bringing the politics.
Well, let's just say, but yeah, before we get to that, like, had this been a song about something completely different, it would just be known as like a kind of bad song.
yeah, it's like a beat, like a album filler off for album True
it's like,
Colors.
it's like, man, this is not good.
Yeah, so to bring the politics back into it.
Oh no!
Oh yes, this is a bad idea, man.
This.
So what? Okay,
I know we didn't really care about racism as much in the 80s. But still, someone should have said something about
yeah. I don't know, man. Okay, so even like ignoring the racism for a second, what about these lyrics and the '80s beat mesh together to create an anti-Vietnam song?
No, yeah. Okay, so you're 100% it's about Vietnam.
Yes, I'm 100%. I looked it up.
Wow. That makes no fucking sense.
I know.
Dude.
Even just on a level of matching the lyrics with the sound content of the '80s synth bullshit beats and all that crap, right? It doesn't mesh very well. Like, what song could you see like fucking Devo doing this? Like,
No, I mean it's like let's take Apocalypse Now for instance.
Okay.
Which is known as some of the best, like one of the greatest soundtracks to a
Right,
movie
yeah.
ever, and it's all very much like late '60s rock protest music.
yeah, and then like
because that's what we think about when we think of Vietnam.
and then Ride of the Valkyries.
Well,
Valkyries.
that's true, but-
But yeah, no, it's very much protest,
Yeah.
garagey, lo-fi. Yeah.
It's
What the fuck is this, man? What's going on? Anyway, that's all I have to say about this.
all right.
Do you have anything to say about it?
Yeah, no, it's terrible. I hate everything about it. That's about all I got to say. I mean, I guess the band sounded good for doing what they were doing.
Yeah, the bass player sounded good again, actually. He was
yeah.
probably just playing the same bass lines.
Probably.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
we didn't get... Oh, sorry. No, we didn't get back to the racism.
Yeah, so having
We almost forgot about the racism. Okay.
just, I mean, again, like, yeah, I feel like the lyrics are general enough that you could perhaps attribute them to many different things, and that's what makes them good. But it
Yeah, that's true,
seems
yeah.
pretty clear to me.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that this is very much a civil rights,
Yeah.
black equality song, and
Spotify had it on the Black Lives Matter 2020 playlist,
Well, then
and I'm
it's
glad Spotify is doing their part for the community by putting this song on that playlist. So we all know.
yeah, so fuck that. But like more to the point is that it's like, why choose this song as a white woman?
Is it her idea? Is
Yeah,
it like the studio? Who knows?
Who knows how it actually went down? But it's like, it just smells bad.
It does. I mean, as we were talking about before, that Girls Just Want to Have Fun is also a cover.
Yes, it is.
And that one works for Cyndi Lauper extremely well.
Yeah,
obviously, because most people don't even know it's a cover.
Yeah, and also the original is a different kind of song. I was looking it up earlier today. It's about a dude who like doesn't want to settle down with a chick because
you go. Girls
he's
just-
making excuses to his parents. The girls just want to have fun. They don't want to do that. And he's like, I'm just gonna go sleep with women anyway. But then Cyndi Lauper turns around and makes it not like a sexism or like it's more like a girl empowerment song.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't want to go. I don't want to have no job. I don't want to have a career. A career, and then I want to settle down for some asshole.
It's a little tongue in cheek with the hook. You know?
Exactly.
This
is bad, man. This has nothing.
Well, how about some good music, Jake? You got a good cover for us, perhaps?
I do. And it's actually along the same lines. It's interesting how this works out. So,
Oh yeah, that's
I know, see?
patterns, dude. Every
And that's
time.
right. That's right. So, the original song is, I love this song a lot. I think it's got a really cool hook and it's very 80s. It's really good. The original is That's Just the Way It Is by Bruce Hornsby and The Range.
That is correct.
Yeah. So, why don't we just play that before we start talking about it?
Let's do it.
get a job. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Ah, but don't you believe that?
Oh, the song is so fucking good,
It is
dude.
good. I feel like we should just go ahead and play the next.
Yeah, just go straight into it.
Okay,
Yep, just
here
do
we
it.
go.
Come on, come on. I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, kill a nigga, he's a hero. Get it back to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if he's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then it changed. That's the way it is. Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Man, that's a great fucking song too.
Dude, I have so much to say about the pair of these songs. Let's start with Bruce. It's a civil rightsy song, right?
Is it?
Yeah, it's about black equality.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I thought it was more of like a
And it's
class.
It is. It's both.
song.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the last verse is specifically about, the plight of the African American trying to get jobs and shit. And
Well, I didn't see it on the Spotify 2020 Black
I know.
Lives
Well,
Matter.
it is because it's a white
kidding.
person.
I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
No,
Yes,
so
I didn't know it also was about that though. I
it
always
is.
thought it
Yeah,
was
is the all
just
they,
more of like
all
a
they
working
see-
class protest song.
It is, yeah, and all they see at the hiring time is the line on the color bar, right? Yeah. So it's like, what color? Oh, you're black. Oh shit, you're not getting a job here. So
Just
it's
like when you fly on an airplane.
Phew. So the reason this cover works so well is because, first of all, should we even start by saying, is it a cover?
Okay,
I think it is.
this is an interesting discussion for sure.
Yeah.
Because technically, no. Well,
You see, it's
okay, so technically this follows a very common thing in rap and hip hop where
Right.
you sample the hook and everything from a song.
Right.
And then you just and people have played with this before where it's like, oh, I'm going to sample this song that kind of relates to what I'm doing or doesn't relate to what I'm doing to like kind of flip it or whatever.
sure, yeah,
So it follows that, although granted they do change the hook a little bit.
a little bit lyrically, yeah.
But on the other hand, given the lyrical content,
exactly.
and honestly too, like it's hard to say the form of the song, but like the way it's
I think I know where you're going with this.
Okay.
I would say the way the rhythm of the verses are structured, like, it's very similar because what Bruce Hornsby will do is he'll say an entire line, right? It's a whole phrase over 4 bars, and it's the same thing with Tupac.
Yeah.
So the structure there is similar, and also it's both of them kind of have a similar tense.
yeah, it doesn't to me. Changes doesn't really sound like a typical hip hop rap song.
Yeah,
You know,
I
to
totally
me
agree.
it sounds.
It's like a more of a song.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really think I mean, he's rapping obviously, but I don't really think it's a like hip hop genre in that sense.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't even know how to classify it.
It's so yeah. I mean, what makes the cover? I guess the lyrics and who knows? Maybe,
It's the
maybe not. I don't know.
Here's specifically what I think. I think since the lyrical content of the original has a lot of racial stuff in it, and also working class, and this is Tupac is taking that and almost not flipping it, but like putting his entire perspective
he's
behind
adding
it.
onto it. He's
He's
adding
adding
the
onto
next chapter of it or something.
Exactly. This could be like a 2-part suite to me. It's
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, exactly.
In every way.
Exactly. It's meaningful. Like, so these lyrics are scathing too. It's really good. And he paints a really great picture of everything that he's talking about. And the reason it works for me is because the content is so similar.
Yes.
And the message is essentially the same message, but with wildly different perspectives.
Yeah, different fucking time period, different like kind of person.
Yeah,
like,
different upbringing. Yeah,
whew. It's a pretty interesting comparison.
Yeah.
And you know, man, you just notice how the lyrics still are relevant today.
Oh yeah, 2020
man.
law. Oh, it's 2021.
Yeah,
that means
man.
everything's better
It's
now.
like 30 years later, bro, and we're still dealing with the same shit. But that's just the way it is.
Things will never be the same. Why change that?
I don't
wonder.
know. Actually, that's what it is.
Yeah,
That is.
the only thing I can think of is it's like a more
change.
positive message then, because that's just the way it is.
But then
some things will never change. Yeah,
But then every verse starts with "I see no changes," so that's
that's true.
I don't know. I don't know why that choice was copyright.
No. Bruce Hornsby was on it. He liked it. Bruce Hornsby liked the cover. I checked it out.
Oh my god!
But it's just
Is it maybe? I think maybe perhaps the chorus is a different like perspective. That would be like the white man or the power people. Perhaps they are the ones saying that's just the way it is, man. Things are never going to change.
Things are never going to change. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Well, the Tupac's like things will never be the same.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. But I consider this a cover, and I consider it one of the best covers of all time.
Yeah, it's a. My other good cover. We'll have a similar kind of discussion about what really constitutes a cover. But in the meantime, should we get back to some bad music?
Yeah, I think so. We've had enough positivity for one episode, even though we'll be more positive later. What do you got for us?
Well, we might get some shit for this because I know everyone loves this fucking song, or maybe they hate it now because it's been overplayed.
It's passé now. Yeah,
so fucking long. But I am talking about Mad World.
Yeah. Are you gonna play the original?
I'll play the original just because I like it.
Yeah,
and
me too.
It sounds great.
Yeah,
so
it's goofy.
Tears for Fears, 1983, Mad World. Here we go.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, frightened to live for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Have my head, I want to drown my sorrow, no tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, cause I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Mad world.
Hey, Jake,
Hey, what?
you ever see Donnie Darko?
No, I haven't actually.
Well, it's a shit movie with a shit song. Here we go.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world.
I'm not gonna make it. Help.
Ugh.
Yeah, okay.
What a bummer, especially playing side by side.
Yes, I've never
Wow,
listened
what
to them in a
fucking
row before.
Bummer, dude.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about it. One thing that does do better than the other bad cover we've had today is that it actually has an idea of a tonal shift it
does.
wants to do.
That is true.
Whether it works or not, we're going to talk about it over the next 45 minutes. But
Two things to say about that, and actually, what I should say before we get into these specific songs is, I think this is like the first song that, I mean, again, it was actually done for the Donnie Darko soundtrack.
yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, and to me, it really paved the way for all these fucking movies now having
sad
really
piano,
slow
yeah.
piano covers, and which is the worst fucking trend ever.
I know it's painful and like very quarter notey and
Yeah,
minor.
ugh.
Also, it's like a miking thing or a production thing where the piano is it's clearly like the mic is up the ass of the hammers, right? Because you can hear all the hammer noise, and it's even the hammer noise is swathed in a bit of reverb. And to me, that closeness is kind of like jarring to me. Maybe it's just because I play piano. I don't know.
I mean,
And I get the idea of it, like that. It functions well in other settings, I guess. I just can't I can't like it. I can't do it.
yeah, I agree. I mean, okay, let's go to the original for a second.
Yeah,
It's a cool song. I like, to me, it's like Mad World. It's not fucking Sad World.
Yeah.
It's Mad World. And like that, like all the weird production shit, all the instruments
noises,
coming in.
at the beginning, the weird industrial-esque synth noises. And then I think the specific part of the song where they go to so minor 1 to dominant 4, right? I find it kind of funny. That works. It actually doesn't work at all in the new version or this cover.
Well, and you know what? I've actually brought this up to people before, and they always just think I'm like a weird idiot. But I would argue that 1 to like the major 4 thing, to me, that makes it more of like, a madness. It's not like, because, had they gone to the minor chord there, then okay, dreary piano. But the fact that it's not minor, it's major, it's got this uplifting quality, but it's still cased in all this weird shit happening around it.
But here's the justification that I just came up with, and
Okay.
it's still, and I don't agree with it. But the idea is, so lyrically, that is a slight shift where it goes, I find it kind of funny, but then it goes back to minor for the sad.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I think it's cool.
Yeah.
And I think the Gary Jules version misses that entirely.
I think they do, but I think they didn't. You know what I'm saying? I think they actually think it's a really good cover almost because of that line. Because literally speaking, the word funny lands on a major chord, right?
Yeah.
And then literally speaking, the word sad.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
I actually think people think like that. I think I've heard people talk like that about similar songs. It just doesn't work for me, and I can't get over the piano sound.
It's bad. I feel like stripped down versions in general are usually kind of hard to do in a recorded setting. I think they can work live.
Live, yes.
Live, totally. But I feel like you really have to bring something. I don't know what that is, but you really have to bring something to really pull off a stripped down version of especially very upbeat song like the original is.
It has to be very special somehow.
Also, just like I forget the other guy's name, Michael Andrews, who I guess is the composer for sound or music director for the movie or whatever. I mean, he did all the instrumentation on that.
All like 2 instruments.
Oh, there's the Mellotron that comes in later.
God, the weird synth thing that happens over the fucking Mad World. Get it? There's this weird sound now.
Fucking performance-wise is terrible too. Like
Very flat.
I teach this song a lot too, actually.
Wow, imagine that.
Yeah, because it's very easy. So it's like the 3rd song I teach beginners. And even we play along with them, they were like, well, I feel like the tempo speeds up or slows down a lot. I'm like,
what a world.
yeah, these fucking like 8-year-old kids who barely play guitar notice how poorly performed the piano is.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. I actually enjoy fluctuating tempos.
I do,
but this is not the time.
Well, it's not even that. Like it's just so poorly done in my.
Yeah.
It's not a subtle fluctuation. It's really like that noticeable to me. Like we didn't play it, but going from the chorus into the next verse, the slowdown is like fucking insane.
Really?
Yeah, it's very noticeable to young children who barely play music.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because like yes, this is a good time actually for subtle tempo variations, but no, they like just can't fucking play piano or some shit.
That's a bummer.
Actually, I was reading a little bit. Apparently, he's mostly a guitar player.
Oh, what a world that is! Yeah. Guitar players are bad people. Is this how this is working, Matt? Yeah, okay. Guitar players are stupid.
Did Cyndi Lauper play guitar?
Yeah, probably. I actually like Cindy, though.
I know, man. Me too.
But that's
That
the worst cover
oof.
I've ever heard. I still think this one is worse. Or, sorry, I think Cindy's is worse than this one.
Yeah, this song just really paved the way for a lot of terrible music. It's
Yeah.
terrible. It was in a movie that I don't like, and then people are going to be like, "Oh, you're stupid because the movie's really good." But fuck that movie. I think it's terrible.
All right. I think I know one insult from that movie I thought was funny. He's like, "Did you just call me a fuckhead? You can go suck a fuck." Something like that. I think that was funny.
It's just a little too edgy 5 me. You know?
Really? Yeah. Nah, never saw it. But that song, if that's in that movie. Actually, I was going to say this earlier. Like, at least this isn't a song released by someone.
True. It's interesting that it became such a huge hit.
Yeah. I would almost say that in a movie, maybe it'll work better.
Yeah, that could be.
Because it could be like even more in the background
Well,
while someone's taking a
what's
sad walk down the street.
Kind of funny though is the movie.
What's kind of sad?
The movie was not really successful when it released.
Really?
Now it's
It's a
like
cult
a cult
thing?
classic now. So I'm wondering like how this song was successful though. So I don't know.
I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
So, do you know where it is in the or what it is in the movie? What it role is?
It's been a long time.
Gotcha.
Notice it was.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I noticed that it hadn't been a while. No, so I'm guessing that it functions in the movie decently, and it comes at an interesting
I believe
moment.
it. Sure, it's the very sad montage at the end.
Yeah, or like,
and
yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
So maybe that will make it a little better.
Yeah.
But like, it is painful to listen to by itself. I don't like it. I like the original, not like a lot. But
No, it's a fine song.
it's good.
Yeah.
it's good.
It's
yeah.
a good song.
It's interesting to say the least. And Tears for Fears is obviously the pinnacle of 80s synth pop, and it's weird noises combined
sounds
with
great.
good lyrics.
The second verse we didn't get into, but like the sudden like synth horns that come in, they're like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
And
super
it's-
fucking like, what the fuck's
And
happening?
it's very like attack oriented, very much in your face.
yeah.
like-
Honestly, the sounds itself on Tears for Fears,
Really
you could
interesting.
really like spend some time looking at that.
Yeah, really interesting. But yeah, this cover doesn't work for me at all.
It's bad.
Bad cover.
Bad cover.
Yep.
On a good cover?
Good cover.
All right, my second good cover. So, like I said, this will be one that we'll have to discuss what makes a cover. But we are starting with Gloria by the band Them, which y'all may know it was Van Morrison's band before he was Van Morrison.
Whoa.
And this is a classic garage rock staple. And here we go.
Like to tell you about now, baby. You know she comes around. Just about 5'4", from her head to the ground. You know she comes around here just about midnight. She make her feel so good, love. She make her feel alright. And her name is G. L. Whoa. R. I. G. L. Y. Gloria. G. L. Y. Gloria. I'm gonna shout it all night. Gloria. I'm gonna shout it every day. Yeah.
All right, 1965.
Yeah.
Some classic ass garage rock from the era.
I hate Van Morrison's Farfisa of shit. I hate it. It's the worst thing ever, especially in the other fucking song that sucks.
Brown Eyed Girl.
Brown Eyed Girl, yeah. And also, is it in Moondance? I forget.
I don't know.
I think there's a Farfisa Moondance. Anyway, I hate it, but like other than that, it's fine.
All right, on to 1975, I believe 10 years later.
Okay.
Patti Smith.
Oh, interesting.
Here we go. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to play this for 2.5 minutes. I typed
2.5 minutes?
You will understand, but yes, I have to play
Okay,
it for
hopefully we don't
2.5
get
minutes.
fucking flagged for this.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not mine. Milton, pot of thieves, wild cord up my sleeve, thick, heart of stone. My sins my own, they belong to me. People say beware, but I don't care. The words are just rules and regulations to me. I walk in a room, you know I look so proud. I'm moving this year's mafia where anything's allowed. I'll go to this here party. I just get bored until I look out the window, see a sweet young thing hopping on the parking meter, leaning on the parking meter. Oh, she looks so good. Oh, she looks so fine. And I got this crazy feeling, and then I'm gonna make her mine. Oh, put my spell on her. Here she comes, walking down the street. Here she comes, going through my door. Here she comes, crawling up my stair. Here she comes, waltzing through the hall in a period dress. And oh, she looks so good. Oh, she looks so fine. And I got this crazy feeling, and then I'm gonna make my mind. And I hear this knocking at my door. Hear this knocking at my door. And I look up at the big tower clock and say, oh my God, it's midnight. And my baby is walking through the door, laying on my couch. She whispers to me, and I take the big plunge. And oh, she was so good. Oh, she was so fine. And I'm gonna tell the world. And then I just made her mind. I said, darling, tell me your name. She told me her name. She whispered to me. She told me her name. And her name is. And her name is. And her name is. And her name is J L O I G L O I A. Gloria. G L O I A. Gloria. G L O I A. Gloria. G L O I A.
Sorry, 3.5 minutes, not 2.5.
Honestly, it went by pretty quick.
I know, right?
That was pretty disgusting, actually. Okay, before we start talking about it, I have to say this because I'm gonna forget it otherwise. I'm curious how intentional this was. I'm guessing not at all. So in the original, the Van Morrison, whatever it's called, I forget.
Them, yes.
Them, right. So there's moments in the verses where it's very clear like a major chord being played on the guitar, and then the other guitar will be playing G naturals all over the place and like do, which is fine, you know, it happens all the time. And I always consider like in songs that have some blues influence that major and minor thirds are almost like a spectrum.
Yeah, exactly.
But like on the verses, when it starts picking up into the actual song, the piano player starts doing the same thing, and I'm curious if that was intentional.
I would say so.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about context-wise in these songs.
That I don't know anything about, so that's gonna be
I mean, okay, so going back to the Van Morrison one, like I said, classic garage rock song.
Yeah.
Essentially it's just a song about some girl coming over and fucking him.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently though, like that original song is it's 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Okay,
Yeah.
so under 3 minutes.
Garage rock song.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently live though, Van Morrison would go on this whole like spoken word part about like how he fucked this girl.
Oh, that sounds cringe.
It sounds
dude.
super cringe. But anyway, so the background of the Patti Smith version, so there's sort of two halves to the song. If we look at the Gloria half of it, though, so her guitar player was the guy who put together the Nuggets compilation, which I'm not sure if you're aware of.
Very vaguely, yes.
Okay, which had the original Gloria on it, but basically just a collection of all the garage rock singles that came out in the 60s.
Yeah.
So I would say that they definitely had an idea of the, like a pretty intimate knowledge of the music coming into this.
That sells me a little harder then.
Yeah. Again, it also just standard bluesy shit. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
but like,
yeah.
But what struck me is how similar they were timing wise and things
It
like that.
very well
so-
could be, is my point. I don't know.
And plus, it's a cool voicing on the piano too. Yeah,
That's true. But apparently, starting out at this band, that's how they would audition people. They'd do like a little 3-chord song, and they'd play it for like 40 minutes, and Patti Smith would just go on and like do this. So sort of taking that idea that Van Morrison was doing and just sort of talking about fucking a girl, but Patti would obviously talk about other things. So the first 2-3 minutes of the song, or 2 minutes,
2 minutes, yeah.
is a poem she had written like 5 years earlier.
I was wondering because that was some quality ass lyrics, man.
Yeah, I mean, she's fucking great. And I just love the transition into Gloria that just goes through so many stages. And there's all these little subtle things along the way. It starts with the poem. Well, I was like reading a lot of like lyrical analysis, and like if you look at the Van Morrison Gloria, you know, Glory, and talking about like Gloria, we're getting fucked, blah, blah, blah. Patty starts this out with Jesus died for someone's sins, but not mine.
One of the best lines I've ever heard in my life.
It's
Just right at the
considered,
front. Yeah.
this is the album opener too. It's considered one of the greatest album opening lines of all time.
That's badass,
I
yeah.
know, right? But it's interesting not the perspective change, but it sort of starts out, okay, you're Patti Smith, and she's very androgynous in her brand, I guess you could say. Like the album covers her in a fucking dress shirt and an undone tie and shit.
Okay.
And it sort of switches halfway through when the music starts picking up. It goes from like her being herself, like this girl, into her seeing a girl outside, and then it's more of the Van Morrison kind of thing. So she's sort of slipping this sort of male-female perspective in the middle of it as
Dynamic,
it goes.
yeah.
There's a bunch of crazy shit, like as it starts first really getting faster. She says like walking, coming, crawling, but like it keeps escalating like
Yeah.
that. Which I guess then here comes the question, is this really a cover? Because, you know, like 80% of this is not the original song.
I was really confused. If we want to, we could try and compare it to the Tupac and Bruce Hornsby. And I would say, honestly, that Bruce and Tupac's cover is more of a cover than this is.
I would say so.
I don't know
But
why.
it's sort of the same idea, though, of taking the original and like adding, expanding.
flipping perspective,
but
yeah.
It's like this
So
one does
confusing.
it a lot more. Well, not like more necessarily, but it does a lot more different things with it.
It does a lot more. First of all, just musically speaking.
Yes.
Really interesting. Also, like one of the most subtle accelerandos I've ever heard. Like when the beat started, it was like the most natural thing ever. I was like, this is what was supposed to happen. I'm like, but it's weird.
I know, right?
So very well executed in terms of tempo shift.
That's right. It's what really sells it to me, because like I could see this going so wrong.
Oh my
Like,
god,
so easily.
This sounds like a fucking horror story from a local band's album. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying, but like I would still say this is a cover.
Yeah.
But like, oh man, it's so cover on a spectrum. If you're going to talk about it like that, this is pretty low.
Yes, essentially well, I mean, but that's the thing. It's like they share the chorus, and that's kind of what the Tupac one does. So it's like,
But like this takes, so the Tupac one had a very similar message to the Bruce Hornsby, but from a new perspective. This one's message is pretty different,
it's
but also it's not.
You know, to me, it's more like the same story, different perspectives. And,
wildly different perspectives.
and artying it up a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
Much
like,
more subtle.
yeah,
Metaphorical.
But I just love, like, in the Van Morrison, it's literally like, she came over and she fucked me and sucked my dick. And the Patti Smith is like, she's outside, now she's at my door, and she's crawling up the stairs. And you're just like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Gloria!
Yeah, exactly. And you're just like, glory, yes. Like, you end in the same spot. I don't know. It's really fucking cool song, though.
It is.
Like,
It's remarkable how much I enjoyed listening to that. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I know. I was just like, God, it's going to be fucking 3.5 minutes. But you have to get to...
You have to. You actually could not have played a clip of that and it made any sense.
Yeah.
So I would say that was pretty badass.
That was cool. That was cool. All right, on to our last one of the night, I believe.
That's right. This is.
I can't believe we're ending on this.
I know. So in
Throwback.
episode number 16,
Throwback.
good cover, bad cover, I talked about the song "I Fought the Law" by the Bobby Fuller Quartet.
It's actually the Bobby Fuller 4.
Oh shit! Sorry, the Bobby Fuller 4. My bad. Sorry,
You fucking idiot.
He's like dancing. He's like fucking rolling over in his grave right now. So, I talked about a cover of that song, but of course, everyone in the whole planet's covered that song. And I talked about the Dead Kennedys version, which changed the meaning of the song entirely to about the San Francisco mayoral bullshit, crazy shit that happened, right, with the murder of Harvey Milk and all that. So, and I thought that was really interesting. They bumped the tempo up 200 beats per minute and like did all those crazy new lyrics and great breakdowns. Like really cool cover. It's really awesome. This is what happens when it's all of those things are missing. But first, let's play I would say the most popular version.
Yeah, we talked about this on the last one.
We did.
Too.
We might have even played it. I don't think we did. Yeah. But The Clash covered it, and it's probably the most famous version of the song.
I would say so. So listen to a little The Clash.
Yeah.
I Fought the Law.
Breaking rocks in a hot sun. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. I needed money 'cause I had none. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. I left my baby and it feels so bad. I guess my race is run. She's the best girl that I ever had. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and
I will say, personally, that's my favorite version of the song.
Yeah.
And I also almost picked the Clash song today. For
Oh,
one of my
really?
good
Which
covers.
one?
Well, I was just thinking we could even do an episode on Clash covers because they do a lot of really
That's
great
true.
covers.
They
but
cover some stuff.
We might come back to that another day.
All
But
right.
shall we move on to the bad?
I just want to point out these versions that we're going to play, this next one, are ridiculously similar in every way but quality
All right, here we go.
and intention. What?
breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought
This is not remotely what this version is. But we're going to have to talk about that.
What the fuck? Okay.
I want to come back to that. You might open this in a new tab, dude. We're going to have to talk about that. We're leaving that in there. I don't even know what to say.
That's the only thing on Spotify. All right,
What?
on to YouTube. YouTube, I
YouTube.
guess?
Yeah, that's where I found it on. Yeah. What the fuck did I just listen to? Yeah, we're gonna have to. Oh boy! Wow.
Okay.
What did I just listen to? Was there a Guido in there?
Here we go. Here we go.
Uh huh.
breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. I needed money 'cause I had none. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. I miss my baby and I feel so sad. I guess my race is run. Well, she's the best girl that I ever had. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the.
I'm just so thrown by the other one we played.
I know. I
That's
actually
the
couldn't stop thinking about it.
problem.
I'm looking it up right now.
And while you're looking that up, another lesson: one should never look at YouTube comments.
Oh no! What did it say?
Bobby Fuller, The Clash, Green Day, Dead Kennedys, 4 bands, the same song, the same great feeling in the music. Mafia 2.
Mafia 2?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a video game, dude. This must have been in that fucking video game.
Oh my god, the Clash and Green Day version are the best. OMG, they did a cover of this.
Okay, so stop talking now. Let's just talk about first off why, because that's pretty much the exact same thing in every way.
Right, so was this for something?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I can't tell. Not even a little bit. But here's what I'm going to start talking about it now while you do that. So, Green Day sucks. Man, they ruined everything about what made the Clash version good. So, what I would say what made the Clash version good was its rawness. Its, I guess also it brings a new perspective to the Bobby Fuller one. It's much more aggressive, but still at a relatively slow tempo, interestingly.
Yeah, well, it's like it's for the punk era.
Yeah,
Right,
and it's got that big guitar thing.
Yeah, and it's how you.
It's sloppy,
It's how
yeah.
you cover a song for a new era, Cyndi Lauper.
oh,
that's how
yeah.
you.
That's how you do
How
that.
you do that.
Dude, man, this is.
They thought of Green Day fighting the law.
That's exactly what I was about to say. The thought of Green Day being against the system it blows my mind.
I just say
They are the Billy Joe Armstrong is the
They
definition.
literally just released this as a single, by the way.
They did not.
They did.
Why would you do
It's
that?
not even an album. They just released it.
Awesome, great. So I'm just so curious
Yeah.
why you would ever do that. Money?
That's the thing. It's like, there's nothing wrong with covering a song if you're like playing live and you're just like, yeah, we're just gonna do this song.
Yeah, it's
like
at a
note
show.
for note
Everyone
kind
loves
of
that
cover,
shit.
whatever. Totally fine. And Green Day does that a lot, so that's totally cool. I'm sure this is how that started. They probably were just doing it live.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, let's release it. Why the fuck not? Oh, wait.
Why not?
Because it sucks when you record it like this. So the production on The Clash is not clean,
Which works.
which works really well. It is actually kind of awful.
Yes.
And I don't know how to describe it, but the looseness of the Clash version is appealing.
Yeah, I mean it's like the Clash sound like they're criminals when they
Yeah.
sing this.
Like when he's like saying it with the big accent, right? With all these fucking weird ways of saying words and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Not that he's just British, but like, anyway, but like then Billy Joe Armstrong comes on, and is like, I fought the law and the law won.
I know that fucking fake breaking
It's in the hot sun. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna try my best right now. Breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law and the law won. Right? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's so fucking.
And the harmony is too clean too.
I know.
It's like
so
a third
fucking
above.
straight.
Right? Why would you ever do this?
That is my biggest pet peeve, and it's this. I mean, even a band I like, and I hate Green Day, but even a band I like, if they're just note for note cover something and release it, it's like, pfft,
Why?
why?
Yeah, why? You did nothing.
Add something to this, please.
Yeah.
It's like what we talked about last time, the fucking Train thing, and like set aside the fact that it's Train doing Led Zeppelin. It's like, why would you do the whole fucking album?
I know.
Note for note. It's like,
and also, why would you try and not? Why would you try and not be Robert Plant? Like, why would you do this and then still sound like that? Anyway, that's another aside. Go listen to episode 16. It's very good.
I did look up. I don't know if you found anything, but the weird version that we listened to.
I did not find anything, no.
Rhythms del Mundo is a non-profit collaborative album which has all stars of Cuban musicians with a popular Western singers.
This makes it 10 times worse.
It really does, doesn't it?
I now need to listen to that.
Yeah, apparently.
Because we said all we need to about the Green Day, right? Like,
Arctic Monkeys are on it. U2, Coldplay, Jack Johnson, Maroon 5, Kaiser Chiefs.
I think I need to listen to this album because I love Cuban music.
Oh no!
I love Cuban musicians. I love Cuban music. Am I going to kill myself when I go listen to this later?
I'm just looking at the track list. I'm just looking at the track list, and yes, you are.
All right. Can you please
play the Green Day?
please play the Green Day one though?
Whatever the
Or
Billy Joe Armstrong.
whatever the Billy Joe Armstrong or whatever.
that
I thought the law.
You want to hear that
I
again?
found the law.
I need more content.
We need
All
more
right,
content.
all right, here we go.
I'm just
Here we
so
go.
pumped.
Here we go. That was really funny.
Breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. I needed money 'cause I had none. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. I miss my baby and I feel so sad. I guess my race is run. Well, she's the best girl that I ever had. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the
fucking stupid.
I guess that's something we hadn't talked about. Doing songs in different
Genres,
compilation
styles, yeah. Oh my
album.
God.
Like, what?
Okay. So, first off, the first thing that came to my mind was a cha-cha cover of I Fought the Law would actually be hilarious. What?
I will say, I feel like he might have sounded a little better on this than he did on the Green Day version.
I'm not convinced he re-sang it. I think they
Maybe
took
his
this...
just super straight way of singing made it more sense on this version. I don't know.
I think that's more it. I'm not sure they didn't just send over the fucking files.
guitar and like so buried in the mix.
Oh my god. Nothing made any sense. I liked it. I wish the piano actually played like a more traditional rhythm and made it just the biggest contrast possible. Because like the idea there is to make it kind of like a hybrid, right? Because the piano player's wearing full like almost half note voicings and shit, like full part. But like if he was like
Yeah.
it made it even stupider, then it might have worked. But like the try to actually make it good made it worse. Because there's no way this is ever working. I need to know who played on this. Like,
I mean, you can look at the
I'll look
Wikipedia
at-
page.
I'm gonna have to look at it myself later,
It's a
yeah.
whole thing, I guess.
but damn,
That was surprising.
I was shocked.
I was shook.
But I guess that brings up the natural question: which one's worse?
Might be the original.
Yeah.
is worse.
I think the
at least this one did something.
It was horrendous and is. Was this supposed to be like a joke?
Let me see. I'll just.
Is this, no, I know this album's not a joke.
Yeah,
I can already tell it's serious, and it was trying to make
It's a
money. too.
non-profit thing, actually.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Charity, yes, for charity.
I can already tell just by what it is. But damn, man,
Yeah,
is this almost like charity fraud?
yeah, it's like who's buying this shit?
Exactly. Wow. I'm listening to this whole album tonight.
Oh
Actually,
man, yeah. There's a lot of
is there a lot of cringe?
there's a lot of bad people on this.
Yeah.
I do like they do a Radiohead cover and it just says Radiohead samples because they couldn't get any of the
Yeah, because they're too famous. Yeah, that's really funny. When was this one?
Actually, it looks like this is a couple albums. The one I'm looking at is not the one with the Green Day on it. The
Okay.
first one is from 2008.
Yeah,
Oh,
Radiohead.
sorry, 2006.
Radiohead were already super famous by then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it has Maroon 5 on it. They were pretty big at that time.
They were.
I don't know.
Maroon 5's been big
I don't know.
forever, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was just a very strange ending. So our last good cover, bad cover, was remarkably depressing after the end of it because we ended with the two worst covers ever.
Yep. So any rants?
No, I can't think of any. I played a wedding last week, and the bride was a half hour late to her own wedding, which I thought was funny. But then it got me thinking. That's not the first time that's happened to me.
I mean, things happen.
Things happen.
It's their day.
That's right. We take all the time they want.
Yep.
I'm on the clock, so it's great. But it was just kind of funny. It's like that's happened like 3 times now. I think it must. I don't know what it is. Like maybe like they're nervous, or either they have a bunch of wardrobe shit to do.
it just takes a long time to get ready. I'm sure.
I'm sure the dress is actually a fucking nightmare.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. The wedding I was playing, actually, I'd never actually seen this in person, but they had 2 people carrying the tail of the dress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've never actually seen that at a
Yeah, I
wedding.
guess that's like a movie thing.
Yeah, it's a movie thing. Yeah, but it's like I actually saw that. It was
Well,
weird.
she had a big ass tail.
Wow. Okay, that's the end of my rant. What about you?
Baby rant.
Baby rant, just like mine.
Maybe our Twitter followers might have seen me tweet about this
Oh,
earlier.
at Music Sucks Cast. Go follow us.
I was listening to an album by Howard Roberts, who
Okay.
is a great, I guess I'll call him post-bop jazz guitarist.
Yeah, sure.
It's like 70s jazz guitar, so he's not, doing bop shit more, but not fusion either, so.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever you want to call him. One of my favorites. Love him. I was listening to his 1971 album, Antelope Freeway. Every other song is a skit.
Like what kind of skit are we talking
That's the
here?
thing. It was so weird. It's like Antelope Freeway. So the album starts with a bunch of traffic noises,
Oh.
and then he'll play, and then a couple songs later, it'll be like truckers on the fucking CB. Oh, I want to down the. It's just like
And then he'll play jazz?
yes.
What's the message?
I mean, I hate skits and rap albums as well. I'm
Really?
glad they don't really do that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, they're funny like the first time, but then repeat
Yeah, it was
listens.
funny when Bernie Mac did it.
Yeah, repeat listens always just like God.
Exactly.
Damn it.
It doesn't hold up, yeah.
But this is like on a jazz album.
I mean, it's interesting.
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, no, the fact that he had tried it is interesting.
He tried it. I'll give Howard Roberts that.
Wow, that's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
And like, what is the idea? Literally, just to be like, they get it, you know?
I mean, it's the album started and it started with the traffic noises. I was like, okay, like I get it, like blah blah blah. They went on for like a fucking minute though. By the way, it was like a really long time.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But had that been it, you could have been like, okay, cool, and then
Now we're gonna listen to jazz,
blah,
thank
blah, blah,
God,
blah.
yeah.
But no, it was like every couple of tracks.
Ouch. So no one listened to that.
Guitar playing is really good on it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he's good.
It's got a lot of weird production. It does the whole like reverb in the other ear thing.
album with bad production.
Yeah. And then there's something else. Oh, he has like a fucking like, I don't know how they did this in 1971, but there's one track where I guess I can figure out how they did it. But basically he's playing like clean, and then there's like a Leslie in the way in the back.
Oh,
or something.
yeah.
Shit like that. It's
It's
like
just parallel routing.
yeah.
Right?
That's kind of cool production on it.
That's
But
cool.
It's a very weird album.
Guitar players and Leslie's. I always loved that.
It sounds great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. What you been listening to, my dude?
A change from the usual shit I listen to. Listening to Boys to Men.
Oh my God, I love Boys to Men too.
Was the album fucking what did Cooley High Harmony.
Okay, I hate them. Never mind.
But it's really fucking good though.
Yeah. They're nasty,
It's
dude.
just like good, cool production. I mean, it's dated production.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
but really cool production. Great fucking performances, obviously.
Yeah. I always found their songs to be pretty good.
Yeah, and it's actually, you know, especially with, I mean, I guess it's not acapella because they have tracks, but with the whole like boy band harmony thing, it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to keep my interest, but they do it really well in this
Yeah.
album, like front to back.
There's
Fucking
Boys to
great.
Men have an interesting amount of polyphony sometimes as well. Yeah,
I know, yeah.
counterlines. It's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's what I like about them personally.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Tight. I've been listening to, in episode 3, we talked about music we like. I just kind of have to recycle from that because it's just an honest thing. I've been listening to Juan Luis Guerra for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah. I heard a pretty good song by him the other day.
Yeah, not that song. That's not true. I did listen to that song. I listened to it twice just to make sure. But I always found it interesting to go back to an artist's first album, especially ones like Juan Luis Guerra, who are like, have like a clear musicality and like ability to do a lot of different things. And to go back to their first album and kind of see what they were starting with.
Yeah. What'd you find?
I found this song called La Gallera, which is merengue. He did a lot of merengue and bachata throughout his whole career, but this one struck me as like really strange and really aggressive. And it was, it's almost like you're getting punched in the face by merengue for 4 minutes.
Okay.
And I just thought it was interesting because his delivery is much different than his other stuff. Almost like bluesy, but almost punky too. It's very confusing, but also really good. So the song's called La Gallera. The album is Ojalá que llueva café. And go find that. It's
Nice.
Juan Luis Guerra and 440. Because band names cannot be good. You can't do it. What if he was just Juan Luis Guerra? Why not? But no, it's got to be. Oh, his band's pretty nasty, though.
Juan Luis Guerra and the band.
And the Matadors.
The Juan Luis Gorillas.
Wow. We're going to stop talking now. This is Music Sucks and I Want to Die.
And just remember, guess you can judge a song by its cover.
I'm Jake.
Matt.
Bye.
Bye.
Get me out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Oye,